Did we cover it that well?
Very good job so far. It sounds all wonderful. A few things that I kind of need some explanation on would be, one, you have a WSUS server. On which server do you have WSUS running?
That was me. I may not have explained that entirely.
On one of the DHCP servers.
Right. One of the DHCP servers will be running the Windows Server Update service. The other one will be running Wins. And then the file application and print servers will be split out depending on the hardware requirements and how much those documents actually are. But Wins and WSUS will be split up between the DHCP servers.
So WSUS will be on the DHCP server, the primary one, or the secondary?
WSUS, oh, I'm sorry. It'll be on the secondary server, the one running 20% of the DHCP scope.
I see. So, okay. And very nice, thank you.
And to further expand on that, that would be because update services, they aren't on all the time. So when they are on, they may be kind of, they may require more resources, so we don't want it on the 80% while the WSUS is running.
So WSUS will work hard at night, and then DHCP will be working pretty hard during the day.
Sure. And even then, DHCP isn't doing a lot, and that's why we decided to put the file print and application services on those. And if we were to need more, we could always implement more servers to handle specifically just the file storage.
Sounds good. And you mentioned Wins. Wins is, well, this is pretty much the first time I hear Wins. So,
And I mentioned it's going to be on one of the DHCP servers for name resolution and for legacy programs and operating systems.
do you have any legacy programs or anything old that would need Wins?
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case someone were to bring something in.
Since you have this slide up, your DHCP 1 and 2, the primary one holds 80% of the address pool, and the second one holds 20% of the address pool. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are they both running at the same time, or how do you plan on having DHCP hand out?
Primary automatic addressing is going to come from the 80% server. And then the 20% is a backup. And the reason why it's split up that way is so that if we were to lose the 80% server, the 20% isn't going to hand out an IP address that's already on the net, creating a conflict.
With the 80% pool, you have 150 addresses. How many addresses do you need on a regular basis? How many workstations and computers do you have?
36. There's 18 workstations, 18 laptops for now. But the idea is, if we added more, we would have the
So you do have plenty of extras.
exactly.
Even though with a 20% pool, which will give you about 54 addresses, that would already be plenty. Even though if the primary one should go down,
Exactly.
the
But
secondary
hopefully
one.
the primary one won't be down very long, so.
Okay.
Plus 54 for each. It's going to be 10, like on the US, it's going to be 10.10. 10, and also go to 10.10 to 11, 10.10 to 12, all the way up to 19. So it'll be 10 through 19.
Very
Kind of
well.
a plan for the best, prepare for the worst.
Pretty well organized IP schemes here.
Someone has to do it.
Okay, well, another question on that, and I guess which maybe your GPOs and OUs, it seems that you have quite a few GPOs for different groups. You have, some GPOs that would apply to managers, some GPOs that would apply to IT group and so on. How do you apply a particular GPO or group of policies to a group of users? How do you separate them?
You link the OU to that specific group policy?
We created several templates and basically just linked them to that. For users, we used obviously the users. We also had a domain that would funnel all the way down, and then anything that we wanted to change off of that, we created in the users, the IT, and the managers, because each one required something a little bit different. So we could take it off the domain and actually activate it, you know, in a specific one, as well as use a security policy that we could kind of, you know, play with it a little bit to, you know, tweak it to whatever, you know, was necessary.
So you said that you do a lot of the work in upfront to separate them into their own containers.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to take a little bit more upfront to get going, but once it's done, it's really kick your feet up and play the wow.
So for example, if you created this group policy and group policy management console, you could then point that to a user's group. And it's just least administrative effort at that point, so if a new user were to come in, you can put it in the user's group and it would automatically have these settings applied because it was pointed to the, it was pointed to the correct one.
Which was very nice in the matter of group policy for the roaming profiles, which is another reason why we set up Guest OU, was so that we could put a global group in there and put everybody from inside that forest. The other two domains were loaded into that guest, and you know, vice versa. So they always had kind of a copy of, you know, who was out there. That way we could actually put that user's GP to that, and it took care of everything, because every domain inside the forest needed the exact same abilities. All policies were the same, so it was a quick snap in, it was done. We didn't have to do anything extra or play around with anything anymore because we had built it once.
Now, a follow-up question to that is, since you have a very nicely structured OUs, how do you replicate that among all of these domains that you have?
That was our favorite part. Charlie and I worked frivolously to write scripts in blood. The DS add command is now my friend, and you know what. But we wrote one script, and we literally just changed the difference between the US.AFP, US East.AFP, US West, AFP. We changed it all. Granted, it was .US, but I'm not going through it. Anyways, and then we just changed the count, distribution, HR. We just changed the departments in each one. It was quite the ridiculously long script. But once one line was written, it was done. We could write every single structure that you see up there with one script.
So writing the script up front with more work as opposed to right-click add user individually on all 6.
Oh yeah, because you would have been in each domain, right-clicking, you know, and adding an OU for every department, every hardware, every printer, every computer, desktop, laptops. Whereas once we put it into the script and changed it, because we only had to change maybe 1 or 2 things in each department, each OU. It's a bash file. Slap it on there, right-click, and watch the computer do all the work. And it was a beautiful thing. Got one of the words. Didn't we drink heavily after? Right, yeah, no, after, yeah. Before we were
Maybe
chewing
3
out
more
loud.
questions. Along that same line of thinking, for your GPOs, it seems that you do have quite a few GPOs as well. A lot of the account policies and a lot of the settings that you have to customize. How do you deploy that across different domains? Do you actually have to go and...
That was a template as well, because technically they stayed the same between each forest. So we created the 3 group policies inside, you know, the template, and we just backed them up to a file on the desktop, threw it on a flash drive, slapped it into the other domains, ran it, and it was done. All you had to do was go into the group policy and the new domain and link it, because it was there. So it just popped up, and then you just click and drag to each one of the departments or users, managers, wherever they're supposed to